Good afternoon, it's Dave at All Things Important Reviews. Please smash that like button, please smash the subscribe button for more awesome watch content. Little wristwatch check. I've got one of the most sublime divers you can actually buy. It's an auto by DAPIX, the DAPIX HEBROS, 41mm. Absolutely gorgeous full stainless steel bracelet with like a crimson burgundy dial. Ceramic bezel, it's got everything, and killer lume as well. I need to wear this watch more actually, but I don't like scratching it up because it's so stunning. Today's video is going to be about the watches I'm going to be taking on holiday, because very shortly I'm going to Thailand again for the first time in 2.5 years since the whole COVID disaster. And I just thought I'd talk about some of the watches that I'm going to be taking on holiday, and I will do a few videos whilst I'm over there for anyone who's kind of interested in seeing what Bangkok and the various places that I'm going to is all about. The first watch I'm taking is the STEELDIVE. This SD 1970 it's a homage to the Seiko Captain Willard. And I believe this watch is numero uno, the best sub £100 diver possibly even in the world. It's it's definitely on AliExpress, as far as I'm concerned, below 100 quid for 200 meter water resist. It is a simply fantastic choice. It's got full stainless steel bracelet, deployant clasp, stainless steel case back, screw down crown, ceramic bezel, full lume, automatic, and it fits so good on the wrist because it's only got about a 45-46mm lug to lug. It's not in any way too thick. The case is nice and curvy. It fits like a dream. It is a dream watch to put on your wrist, and it has that brilliant tooly dive watch look that I actually do like. I don't like all dive watch looks because I think some of them can look too kind of, well, too tooly really, but too utilitarian. I like them to have more classic look, but on these watches where they look like they look like, you know, like a turtle, if you will, then I actually do like this. Obviously, the design goes to Seiko because Seiko, they've homaged from a Seiko classic design, and the fit and feel of the Seikos is very similar, obviously, because they've basically homaged the design, but if you've never had one of these watches that have this case design, it fits so good. And the bracelet, even though it's completely solid, it is completely comfortable to wear. It's not too heavy. It would fit 6-inch wrists easily. The clasp is the only thing that is a tiny letdown where they've used pressed metal, but other than that, and you can swap this out for like 7 quid on AliExpress for a thicker one, and I have bought it, but I've not bothered to put it on because I just don't see the point, really. I'm happy with the one it is for the time being. But this is, obviously, it's 200 meter nominal, whether you believe that or not. I actually may be diving in a place called Pattaya. It's a seaside town around 2 hours away from Bangkok. You're supposed to have, well, you can get a PADI professional dive certification certificate basically, but it costs a few £100. But if you've not got one, you can just pay like about 100 quid, I think it is, and go on like a beginner's course if you've never been diving before. And I do think it is worth it actually, because you do actually get to go on a dive with obviously professional divers to I think it's about 10 meters below sea level, and I think it would be a really good thing to do. And that's for people, obviously, if people have got professional diving certificates, then you can go diving in Thailand. I think you can go in Phuket, Koh Samui, Pattaya and so forth. But I really want to do it. And so I may go ahead with that. I think it'd be a brilliant thing to try. And I am going to be wearing this bad boy if I go ahead with that. So that's why I'm bringing, of course, would I risk my life with a Chinese homage watch? Probably not. But, I'd be with professionals, and it's not like I'd be, truly on my own diving with a Chinese homage watch, because I would ensure that the watch, with any watch, even with the one rated a diver's 200 meter, you could argue that if the seals are, compromised, then there's potential that they could get water in and stuff. But again, this is a great watch. I am going to be taking it swimming, and if I do go diving, I will be wearing it. So that's the first one. And by the way, there's affiliate links down below if you want to get any of these watches. This one, of all of them, I recommend this one the most because it is so cheap. It's below 100 quid. And it is, if you want just a standard dive watch with a nice dive bezel in ceramic, sapphire crystal, full stainless steel, you've got it. This watch has it. It oozes all that. It's got all the specs, the standard specs that you want in a dive watch. It has it, and it's so comfortable. You could put it on a rubber band, but on the bracelet, because it's still light, and because I think this should be worn on a bracelet, but I know a lot of people put it on a proper rubber dive band, but personally I prefer it on the bracelet. That's the first one out of the way. The second one that I'm bringing is, of course, my Mudmaster. And we know all the specs this has. This has also got the 200 meter water resist. So yeah, around the pool and stuff, I'll be taking it under. I wouldn't personally want to go proper diving. Really, I wouldn't really want to go swimming with a watch with loads of pushers. But with it being a Casio G-SHOCK, that's, to me, I'm okay with that. I wouldn't do it with other watches, but with the Casio G-SHOCK I would. This watch, I've got the synchronized timekeeping. I can whack the Bluetooth on in Thailand, get the internet time servers for Thailand, and get perfect timekeeping whilst I'm over there. Again, it can take, if I go off-road go-karting, which is what I probably will do, there's loads of other activities that I'll be doing. This will be on my wrist 100%. It's got the ruggedness, it's got the extreme performance, the shock and vibration resistance and all that stuff. And when I've got this on my wrist, I feel like $1 million, because it looks $1 million and it performs like $1 million. And look how legible, by the way, that negative dial is. It is beautifully legible. It's just a stunning all-round watch, this. I'm totally smitten with it, actually. I'm never selling it. And in fact, I want to pick it up in some other colours. I really like the orange. They do an orange band model. I really, really like the orange band one. Obviously, it's a super sporty watch, so it's not like, it's a funny colour, but ultimately it looks like $1 million. So that's the second watch I'm bringing. And the third watch, for a little bit of classiness, is my Bulova Marine Star, which I absolutely adore. And I adore it because of its simplicity and its classic look. And I don't actually know whether you'd class this as a Submariner homage. I can see it a bit, but at the other side, I think no. But the way they've done the two-tone on this, the blue, the kind of a navy deep blue, is simply stunning, and it's matte. It's not polished. It's not super reflective. It is absolutely, the dial just, it's magnificent. And again, it's not an expensive watch. It's only about 300 quid, and again, you might be able to get it cheaper. I believe they are discontinuing this, by the way, shortly, and they're probably going to release a new updated Marine Star. I've got the reference, I forgot it off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the description below. The looks of this watch, when I'm out at night, having a few drinks, etc., I like to be in something a little bit more classy than a G-SHOCK or a dive watch. So I'm going to be putting this on my wrist, and this is super comfortable. It's probably around 165 170 grams. It's 43 millimeters, by the way. I forgot to tell you the size of the other one there. This is a 43 millimeter, which I have reviewed on the channel before. But the 43 mil on this, because it's not got like the Rolex style super case, it's tapered, and it's super comfortable. Oh, it's a quartz as well, actually. And I'm not a quartz hater. As you know, I'm a big fan of quartz, actually, and I'm a fan of radial timekeeping, as I keep talking about. But I like all of them. I like automatic. But one thing, when I first started watch collecting, well, in the recent times where I really got into kind of the homage watches and stuff, the automatics, because I have been collecting G-Shocks for a lot longer than that, but I didn't really like the automatics initially because I didn't like how inaccurate they are. But I can see why. If you don't bother servicing a watch and you can get away with using it for 10 years and it's an automatic watch, and some people don't bother servicing watches at all, or automatics I'm talking about. I suppose there's an element of, you know, craftsmanship and engineering and, you know, respecting that type of thing, that a machine can work for years and years and years and keep the time. But the thing is, I don't like watches that are really, really inaccurate. I'm just not that kind, and I can't wait for automatics to get the technology or to be improved so that the Rolex style performance of a couple of seconds a day can be placed into cheaper automatic movements. When that happens, yes, I'll be buying loads more automatics. But, you know, again, if you're only wearing an automatic at the weekend, does it really matter? But as an all-day beater, personally, I prefer a quartz or a radio-controlled or Bluetooth-controlled timepiece, personally. It's just the way I am. I don't like wearing an automatic every single day and not fully knowing what the time is. I'm just a bit weird like that. So this is a quartz, but it kind of completes the trio of watches I'm taking. It's got the looks, and it has the performance, and it has the comfort. The comfort of this watch at 43 mil is brilliant. It has the wrist presence when it's not too top heavy. You could put it on a band, no problem, but it looks really good. And I'll put them all on my wrist right now. Not a bad trio. Just look at how big that G-Shock is compared to that STEELDIVE. Absolutely ridiculous. But I think they're going to be absolutely fantastic. All super comfortable, and all got their own purpose and unique look. Well, unique's a strong word, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm going to be having a great time. I will be posting some videos. Cheers, it's Dave.